He had come such a long way, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. But he did not know that it was already behind him. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther, and one fine morning, so we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
Cabby, just what you're looking for. Take you any place in the city, we does.
Would you take us to see the wizard?
The wizard? The wizard? I can't. Where? Yes, of course. But first I'll take you to a little place where you can tidy up a bit, what?
Oh, thank you so much. We've been gone such a long time, and we feel...
Spare his life, and I will give you the stone. No tricks. Don't.
What is it?
Not try to escape. You are in my control. Look at me. I am the son of all evils. Look carefully. My power invests all time, all galaxies.
Right 12 degrees. failed you, Ben.
You diseased maniac. You really think you could hide it from me by encasing it in lead? I'll mold this box into your prison bars. Don't touch that.
I told you. It's kryptonite, Superman. Little souvenir from the old hometown. I've spared no expense to make you feel right at home.
You were great in your day, Superman. But it just stands to reason. When it came time to cash in your chips, this old, diseased maniac would be your banker. Mind over muscle. You don't even care where the other missile's headed.
Nothing runs. Nothing works.
They gave me $1/4 kilo.
But people are the same. And people will do anything to get what they need. What they need most is Soylent Green.
Not much to this place.
Donnie, it doesn't look like there's any night security, but we better move in quiet. Yeah.
Come on, Leo. What do you say? Let's do it, eh?
Let's do it!
Whoa, Times Square City.
I don't believe it. Like video games in 3D. Massive.
Whoa! Would you get a load of this crazy joint?
The past returns. I knew we'd find something special.
I'll say special. Look at this. Hey, where do you put the quarter? Mike, will you just stop messing around? Yeah.
Hey guys, over there.
Harvest raw materials from planets, so they're here to exploit Earth, and they don't like us because we're too spiritual for them. From the original setup of the human design, we are too spiritual. Not at the moment. At the moment, we are ways below our possibilities.
Is it because we have empathy?
That is one part, but empathy is quite common even in between animals. What we do have is this direct access to become creational. That is due to the genetics, that actually our consciousness is creating what we perceive, and once we relearn to turn that around, that we consciously decide what to feel and what to think, then we are not subject to reality anymore, then reality becomes subject to us and we will be creational.
So when you say creational, do you mean it's because we can mate, we can have sex,
No.
and we procreate?
No, we can move mountains. This is what is written in the Bible.
Please talk about that.
If you go into the spiritual setup, a normal human, like we came out from 25,000 years of social engineering, from the deterioration from when we expelled from paradise. This is all the period of social engineering to limit our abilities. So the way we came out from this is split into mind and emotion. And the two set up struggling with each other for dominance internally. This is how we experience ourselves, the way we were made, not by nature, but by social engineering, by religions, by all sorts of influences.
Human-made constructs.
Human-made and non-human-made. But this is the basic condition we need to deal with. When a human manages to revive his heart consciousness, the thoughts turn into something that is embedded in the heart consciousness, and the emotion turns into something that is embedded within heart consciousness. So it becomes one. It is impossible to have a contradiction between the two. And when you reach this condition, that actually the main identification is with heart consciousness, and the thought is a subterrane, and the emotion is a subterrane, but because the identification is in the core, in the center, in the complexity of the heart consciousness, this binary thinking and the trinary emotion become part of the 12th star, of the lotus flower structure of the heart. You know, the 2 goes into the 12, the 4 goes into the 12, the 6 goes into the 12, and the 3 goes into the 12. It's about symmetries of chakras, basically. So if the core identification is back in the heart, and all the rest becomes subordinated to it, everything is in coherence. And when this happens, we unfold these creational powers. And when this starts, it's like that what happens to us next day is what we create for ourselves. Like if my heart is in abundance, next day somebody comes along and gives me 2,000 euros as a present. You know, this is kind of the easy way that starts to flow into our reality.
Law of attraction.
The law of attraction, law of resonance, what I send out comes back to me. We're extremely strong in manifesting these equivalences into our lives. This is how it manifests at the moment. But when this heart consciousness grows stronger, we eventually come into the position that to say, okay, I dematerialize and materialize somewhere else. Because the core connection is to the spiritual realm through the heart chakra.
Because we are holographic in structure.
Yes.
As people.
Yes.
When you go close to the atom, it dissolves. And we're made of atoms.
Yes. In a way, yes. The body, in any case, is just projection of our consciousness. The entire reality is a projection of our consciousness. The core structure creating these holograms, these material holograms, is the DNA. And consciousness is the link between what we observe and the observer we are. So we create by observing through our DNA. So there is no reality we observe. There's only something we create by observing. And when this authority of being creational is back in the heart chakra, fact that they turn into the computer avatar that was designed to basically first predict their behavior, then by self-learning programs create a computer model with algorithms that becomes more and more and more like the personalities. The personality concept is binary.
But this is what we're seeing a lot happening right now all over the world with this coronavirus hijack, really. We see the countries doing the same, the governments of different countries doing the same restrictions and the same what probably is a New World Order takeover, and these measurements and the mask wearing. Do you think that this is like a hijack, almost like directed energy weapons or HAARP technology used here to influence the mind, or what you would call the easily suggestible?
What they need for the full rollout of the control grid is 5G. This is what exactly delivers the electromagnetic field structure that is necessary for a complete readout and play-in structure. So this is the core technology. The other things like HARP, it might be still in use, but it's the alpha-beta version of a control grid. It only allows collective mind control. Like, let's ignite riots, put in some anger. You know, this is something you can project from one big antenna in whatever, the North Sea, or it's not individual. If you want to have individual mind control, you need something that is on the spot, targeting one single person.
Phased arrays.
This is phased array technology that does that. And this is why they need 5G. I'm not sure about the mask. Maybe they need the pandemic to create, or not to create, to talk people into mandatory vaccinations. And wearing a mask, it already was quite successful with the Spanish flu in the 20s. People died from bacterial co-infections, so they caught because they were wearing masks.
Everything we're seeing now has happened before. It's just on a bigger scale. I mean, people don't have a very short-term memory, so they can't remember